Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It's your guy Boulanger, and up next, we're going to be dealing with the idea that Lamar Jackson really needs Jalen Hurts to get a new deal done first. Okay, Lamar Jackson really needs for Jalen Hurts to go ahead and get his new deal done prior to Lamar Jackson signing anything with any team. Um, I'm gonna give you three reasons why this is what needs to happen in order to untangle the Lamar Jackson situation as far as his contract and with the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. Now, so the number one reason is the Deshaun Watson deal and the Kyler Murray deal at this point are too old to reference. Okay. We understand that the Deshaun Watson deal was done in the 11th hour, came through the back door. And a lot of the owners were mad at the Cleveland Browns because that was against the establishment. That deal was not supposed to happen, but it got done, right? And if I'm honest, the Cleveland Browns are looking real smooth right now, right? Because they paid Deshaun Watson roughly $1 million last year. So, um, his salary didn't even hurt them while they were in a down season, okay? And on that $230 million deal, what they've done is rework the deal to create cap space to bring more complementary parts in. Okay. So they looking real smooth. They still got the quarterback, right? 1 year of picks are already over, meaning the compensation they had to give um the Houston Texans are already over. Deshaun Watson is going to walk into a full year. They created cap space to get some more players, and the bonuses are uh that deal last year that Cleveland pulled off has complicated the Lamar Jackson Baltimore Ravens deal. That's a win for the Browns. And then the other win for the Cleveland Browns is that because of the entanglement that Lamar Jackson and the Ravens are in, it has put the Baltimore Ravens offseason on pause. And so that's another win for the Cleveland Browns. And so but anyway, back to the contract, the Deshaun Watson deal is going to be made the anomaly, has been made the anomaly, so there's no point in referencing it anymore. And besides that, there's been several credible reports that have come out and where Lamar Jackson has said he wasn't really looking for a fully guaranteed deal. He may be looking for more guaranteed money, but it was not a fully guaranteed deal. So there's no point even referencing the Deshaun Watson deal anymore. And then the Kyler Murray deal is never really being talked about because it's not a real $189 million. What has been said and speculated is that there is a clause uh, that gets it up to 189 million. And so the truth is he doesn't have 189 million fully guaranteed. He has 189 million in guarantees, which is a huge difference. It's a huge difference between guarantees and fully guaranteed. And so that's why you don't hear the Kyler Murray deal getting referenced a whole lot. And that's why, when you heard about Lamar being offered 175 million guaranteed, it's the same kind of concept. He was offered 175 million guaranteed, but not fully guaranteed. Okay. A fully guaranteed 175, I think Lamar signs that deal. But a guaranteed 175 means there's a clause that could cause it to escalate up to that amount. You follow what I'm saying? So those two contracts are too old to even reference, to even set a new market for a Lamar Jackson, who is really the only real free agent superstar quarterback in the 2023 offseason. Okay. And so he needs Jalen Hurts to get his deal done. And I'll tell you why I'm saying Hurts versus Burrow, Herbert, or anybody else. He needs Jalen Hurts to get his deal done because Jalen Hurts only has 1 year left on a deal, which creates an urgency for Philadelphia to get it done before they get to a free agency for Jalen Hurts and they end up in a franchise tagging type situation. You understand what I'm saying? So it puts more urgency on Philadelphia to get that deal done. And so and rumors are that they are working on getting Jalen Hurts deal done now. And so what a Jalen Hurts deal would do, it would set a new right now market, a more recent salary that they can reference for Lamar Jackson to negotiate with. And what that does, that would untie Lamar Jackson's hands from people keep continue to talk about the Deshaun Watson fully guaranteed, which he's not asking for, and then people not really talking about the Kyler Murray deal, which was also done last year. So um so the second point is that a Jalen Hurts deal will update a quarterback salary market and give Lamar and offer Lamar Jackson an opportunity to uh, use the Jalen Hurts deal as a marker for what he can legitimately ask for, right? And I use that word legitimately because they've already delegitimized any type of fully guaranteed deal for Lamar Jackson or any other quarterback. And so if Jalen Hurts get his deal done, then it kind of helps Lamar set a new market for himself, right? So now he can say, well, Hurts got this. I need to get Hurts money or slightly above Hurts money, right? See, those guys last year that got their deals, it's no point of reference to that. It's too old, and it's very, very clear that the NFL ownership, what I call the establishment, already has in mind what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. Now, watch this. Point number three, if Jalen Hurts gets a new deal done before Lamar Jackson, right, it updates the quarterback market, point number one, or reason number one. Point and reason number two, it sets a new marker for Lamar Jackson to negotiate with, which kind of unties his hands when it comes to negotiation. And number three, and probably the most important point is this. Now catch this. If Jalen Hurts gets a new deal, all 32 teams now would have negotiated Jalen Hurts' deal. Boulanger, you done lost your mind now. That don't make no sense. Let me explain. When Deshaun Watson got his deal way last year, right? You know that all 32 teams, ownership is what I mean, and GMs have already had multiple conversations that that is going to be an outlier. And this year, it has become very, very clear that that is going to be an outlier, right? So that's all 32 teams negotiating, in essence, all quarterback salaries. Now, stay with me. So if Jalen Hurts gets a deal, we would now understand what all 32 teams have agreed upon that the quarterback market can be. Think about what I'm saying. The owners' meetings are right now. Head coaches are there, GMs are there, and owners are there. And if you think they're not having conversations about contracts specifically to the quarterback position, then we would be fooling ourselves. So if Jalen Hurts gets a deal pretty soon, especially after these owners meetings, then what we would understand is the owners come out of this and gave Philadelphia the nod to go ahead and do Jalen Hurts a deal. When that deal is done, we now collectively can understand, okay, this is what the owners have agreed to. Now, this is where Lamar Jackson's bidding can now start. Right, watch this. This is where Joe Burrow's bidding can start. This is where Justin Herbert's bidding can start. And when I say what I mean can start, not that Jalen Hurts' contract is the starting point, but meaning they can now start negotiating because they have a framework of a contract that that caps the quarterback money at a certain number. And why Jalen Hurts? Because he's out of contract in 1 year. But another reason is that he's done just as much as Joe Burrow. So Joe Burrow can't ask for more money than Jalen Hurts when they have the same accomplishment. They both went to the Super Bowl and lost. They were both drafted in the same year. The only difference is Joe Burrow was number one overall pick and Jalen Hurts was a second round pick. So if Jalen Hurts, who is a Super Bowl participant, gets this much, Joe Burrow can't exceed Jalen, not much over Jalen Hurts' contract. You follow what I'm saying? And then Justin Herbert, he can't exceed their contracts. You know why? Because he hasn't done as much as they have. And then now watch this. And then when Trevor Lawrence is eligible after his third year next year, if he hasn't visited a Super Bowl or if he hasn't done as much as they have in the league, if he hasn't been an MVP, you know what? He can't ask for as much as they did because he's done less. So if Jalen Hurts gets his deal done first, it also sets a cap on Joe Burrow's deal. And when I mean cap, I just mean like a marker, like a framework is a better term. It sets a framework for Joe Burrow's deal because they have the same exact accomplishments and the same amount of time in the league. And catch this, Jalen Hurts, as a professional, does not have an Achilles tear like Joe Burrow has. So if Jalen Hurts get his deal done first, it sets the framework for all the other quarterbacks. See, although Lamar's already a free agent, it's very, very clear that they're not going to let him set the market. You see, but Jeffrey, I think his name is Lowry. I think I pronounced his name correct. He's more of a pillar of an owner than Steve Bisciotti. So if they okay him and his team to do a deal with Jalen Hurts, then that better suits the Ravens to do a deal with Lamar Jackson. So listen, that's my take, man. I may be totally off base, but I think it's logical. I think it's logical that Lamar Jackson needs Jalen Hurts to get a deal done first, which will untangle him and the Ravens to figure out what they're going to do. But it also would set a framework for other teams to be it for Lamar Jackson as it pertains to what they can offer him or what they will offer him. So listen, that's my take, man. Let me know what you guys want me to know, man. I appreciate you guys for hanging with us. I really, really do. I'm your guy, Boulanger. This is the GM, and I'm out.